How are you, everybody? Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Wow. I hope everything's good for you and your family. And thank you to support me. So, I'm very excited now, like always. So, I just finished to read a script of a story, something who I use my imagination and some experience on myself. So I read the script and I find AI platform to turn my text to video. So what I did, yes, I put the script and the platform to turn it in video. So you're gonna see the story. You're gonna see the story because I'm not very storyteller, so I put it in video. So my story is called Fly and Beans. You know, fly and beans, the insect. It's about a girl, when I was young, I was in love with a girl. Okay. She was very. Sorry, my bad. I'm on the street. See, she was very intelligent, but for me, she got bad taste. So one of the things I learned about this world that some people is fly, the insect, and some people are beans. I mean, fly in Spanish is mosca. So some people, if you give some people $10,000 by monthly, they will stay in the same place. I call those people fly. They will stay because that they can change their mind. And financially, it's like that. You give those people $10,000, they don't know how to invest in to make their life, to elevate their life. They think when you got more money, you got to spend more money. It's not this way. If you feel me, and sorry, my bad. And on the term of romantically, you gotta see in the world, the new generation, you gotta see some girls, some people, most of the women, they like, I don't know what you call that, bad guys. Bad guys, like what I mean by that, some girl, they like, I'm not, I don't have nothing against tattoo, but I've been meeting many girls who finally educate, but they like, guys with tattoo, the bad guys. People was in, men was in jail. I don't know the way they're thinking. So, if you want to know what I mean by that, so my story is about a girl who, she highly educated, everything, but she have bad taste in love. In love. For the society, she have bad taste. She a daughter of a priest. She a daughter of a priest, so I don't know, for some reason, those girls who was raised in church, they always been attracted by guys, bad guys who it's like a sensation for them. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, like you can see, I'm sitting in the street. I like when the street is like that. Not many people, So let's get back. See, now go see the story I put. Go see it, okay? Have a nice day.
First of all, I must tell you that I consider myself a good person. Sometimes people take my sensitivity for a weakness. I worked in a rehabilitation center for people addicted to drugs. One evening, I was sitting in my office when suddenly I heard a commotion in the reception corridor. I got up to see what was happening. A family had just brought back a young woman to be detox, but it seems that they brought her back by force since she did not stop fighting against those who's brought her back. This situation was normal for us in the center. With the help of the other nurses, I got closer to her and administered a substitute. She calmed down. Wait a moment, these people are so familiar. I know this woman. Oh, my God, Vanessa Lafleur. I went to secondary school with her. I had a huge crush on her. She had a great intellect. When I confessed my love to her, we were in the middle of class. Vanessa laughed in my face and then asked the class for their attention. She turned to me to humiliate me and tell me why. She refused me for 2 reasons. 1, I'm ugly and too dark compared to her. 2, I was a young broke Negro, to add at the end in my face, "Did you understand, little nigger?" I remained paralyzed. I could not move a finger. Luckily, my best friend, in touching me, brought me out of my trance. I ran away from school for about 3 months and a few days. I could sleep or eat normal. Dr. Jean, said a nurse while touching my shoulder, which took me out of my old memories. Oh, sorry. Take the patient to a room closer to the laboratory. We are infinitely grateful to you, doctor, said Vanessa's father, addressing at me. He seems not to recognize me. Of course, at the time, I was very puny, thin, and invisible in the eyes of others. Oh, we are only doing our job, sir. Please go home. We will take care of your daughter. I reply without looking him in the eyes. Vanessa's father fled with the other members of the family, but before leaving, I could listen to one of them say, "This doctor has some familiar." I went straight to Vanessa's room. Vanessa was sleeping like a newborn baby. I couldn't believe that the woman who caused me so much pain once in my life is there at my feet, powerless. I could kill her while she was sleeping. I thought I moved closer to her bed, took a pillow to suffocate her. Then I saw something in her right arm. A tattoo of her with a little girl whose name written is Sandra. Maybe she has a daughter, and now that she is a mother, maybe she has changed. So I let my murderous instincts cool down. I turned around in my office, but I met my co-assistant, Benny. "What are you doing there?" I asked, surprised to see him. "This is my evening turn. Did you forget it, doctor?" He replies, "Oh, Q, of course, but you can take the evening. I'll stay." I told him, "Is it true, doctor?" He asked me excitedly as he stood up. "Good, Benny. Of course you can go to see your wife and children." Just when he opened the door to go out, he asked me, "Doctor, between us, did you recognize the woman we brought back this evening?" This question remains perplexing to me, how he could know the story of me and Vanessa. Impossible. I will try to lie. She really has someone familiar, but I don't think I know him, Benny. So, doctor, I know that sometimes you watch adult films. You have probably seen one of his films without realizing it. Benny, what? She is adult star movie? Me very surprised hearing that while asking this question. Benny takes out his cell phone and shows me videos in which Vanessa had taken part. I'm not gonna lie to you, seeing Vanessa's naked body and doing her things makes me horny and confused at the same time. Wow, I exclaimed in surprise. Doc Jean, I have to go. Can I have my phone? Benny asked with a strange look. He was right. I held his phone in my hands like Smeagol or Gollum held the ring of the Lord of the Rings. Oh, sorry, my bad, I said as he gave back his phone after he left. I sat behind my laptop. I started to do research on Vanessa. I was able to get her adult star in Benny's phone. I couldn't believe Vanessa fell so low the more I searched for more videos on her. I became more excited. Vanessa is the daughter of a pastor who is very recognized in the religious world. At school, she was very intelligent. You could even say gifted. That's why I was super in love with her. But in the end, I got to know her arrogant, materialistic side and her hatred for darker people that she herself. The last information I had from her, I stayed all night on my laptop looking for all the videos I could find on Vanessa and doing things to myself that only adults can imagine, but little by little fatigue took over my body and then fell into the arms of Morpheus before falling asleep. I remember the last news I had from Vanessa before she entered the center after her university studies in psychology of criminal behavior. She found work in a prison where they did not want to hire her since her CV was very high, but she told them that she wanted to help these people to restore their life in society. Less than 6 months working from the prison, she became pregnant for one of the prisoners. Apparently, she sleeps with all of them. Finally, she was kicked out of the institute. After that, I never heard from her until today that she had entered the world film for adult. She keeps an account of OnlyFans. Who could have known that Vanessa, with her great intellect and be daughter of a preacher, do things like that? Ban? It was a shattering noise coming from the corridor of the laboratory, which immediately woke me up from my deep sleep. I also got up on my feet to go see what was happening outside. To my great surprise and astonishment, Vanessa was once again at the center of this thunderous noise. She was fighting against the nurses by insulting them. "Don't come any close to me! You are losers!" she screamed. She continued to fight with them like the first time she arrived. "Enough! Stop fighting, Mrs. Lafleur! We are not your enemy!" I shouted at the end of the corridor. It was as if the sound of my voice had paralyzed everyone since everyone remained motionless. Even Vanessa turned her head slowly towards me and took a few steps. "Your voice sounds familiar to me. Have we met before?" asked Vanessa, visibly intrigued. She looked directly into my eyes, which gave me goosebumps. After an awkward moment, I said, "No, I don't think so." I mumbled while adjusting my glasses to add, "Take Mrs. Lafleur back to her room, please." The nurses escorted her to her room as they did so. Vanessa never took her eyes off me while they take her out. During the 6 weeks that followed, Vanessa showed me that she did not change. On the contrary, she showed a degree of arrogance and apathy against the nurses and other patients that the administration wanted to throw her out, but I managed to convince them to give me another 2 weeks with her to put my revenge plan into action. During the first 6 weeks, I distanced myself from her. I didn't want her to recognize me, so I distanced myself, but I kept an eye on her, of course. One morning, I entered her room with a nurse to administer medication to her. I sat down in front of her. She held out her hand to me. I took out a syringe to administer to her. Looking her hands, I was looking for a vein of her arm to administer her medicine. I also avoided making eye contact. With her being close to her gave me an incredible erection. Suddenly, Vanessa started laughing in a hysterical way, which surprised me and the nurse. "I knew your face was familiar," she said. Between laughing, I was more surprised and confused. "I remember you now. You're the skinny little nigger from high school." Look at you now," said Vanessa. While saying this, my mind went back to the past. I saw the humiliating eyes of the other students who also did nothing to help me. I swear to God that they will all get what they deserve. "Yes, one. Yeah. In truth, it's me, the skinny little Negro that you one day humiliated and despised in front of everyone," I said with an angry tone while taking off my glasses and hoping that the nurse didn't listen to anything. She was going to open her mouth to say something, but at that moment the drug I gave her started to take effect. Her eyes rolled back. She seemed to pass out. The nurse didn't understand what was happening. Thank God. "Dr. Jean, what's going on with her? Why did she have this strange reaction?" The nurse asked me. "Oh, it's a new form of buprenorphine. It's more effective and quicker to take effect," I replied. The nurse seemed satisfied with my reputation, and I am also her boss. Then the nurse placed Vanessa in her bed. We leave Vanessa's room, but before closing the door, I take one last look at her. In reality, I have just given Vanessa almost pure heroin. It cost me a lot to get it, but I believe it's worth. Yes, I'm not treating her addiction. I'm giving her a new one, more bigger. I'm going to drive it deeper. The days that come on, I will of course give more drugs. Question: am I a bad person wanting to get revenge? What would you do in my place? Please let me know.
Hello. So, did you enjoy the story? If you enjoyed the story, please let me know, because I keep writing some script, you know. So if you like the story, I write in the second part. Okay? So please let me know. Give me your comment, what you like. The man is a bad guy. Do you like it? Huh? Oh, the light. So people, yes, I'm on the street. Toward looking my kids. So please let me know what you're thinking about the story, because I got so many ideas, so many things. Okay? Please. Okay? Peace. Have a nice day.